Hi, I'm Acting Camden County Prosecutor Jill Mayer. In recognition of Human Trafficking Awareness Month, we here at the Camden County Prosecutor's Office wanted to highlight some ways that you can help victims of human trafficking. Our Major Crimes Unit investigates and prosecutes all human trafficking cases in the 37 municipalities in our county. Our community plays an important role in recognizing and reporting human trafficking. In this video, Major Crimes Section Chief Navon Sumalis and Pine Hill Police Chief Chris Winters go over some ways that you can help combat this crime that hides in plain sight.
In New Jersey, there are two forms of human trafficking that are recognized. The first is sex trafficking, and the second is labor trafficking. Sex trafficking is the exchange of sexual activity for anything of value, such as money, food, shelter, clothing, or narcotics. Labor trafficking is what you would expect, forced labor without payment of wage or sufficient wage. We see sex trafficking more often here in our county, and when it comes to an adult, the difference between prostitution and human trafficking is the use of force, fraud, or coercion to make the victim perform the sexual acts.
One of the most common forms of sex trafficking is juvenile sex trafficking in the commercial realm. The average age is between 12 and 15 years old, with, again, the youngest being 12-year-old females. Children cannot consent to sexual activity with adults. Even if they believe that it is their choice, the children are victims. At no time will those children consent or have the ability to consent to sexual activity with the adults. The term child prostitution does not exist and should never, ever be used in the realm of child sex trafficking.
The most common risk factors that we see are those that are chemically addicted, those that are in any way battling some sort of a substance addiction. We also see a large amount of human trafficking in our homeless population, and also among our population that has already been subject to sexual abuse at some point in their lives.
Some additional risk factors for human trafficking or child sex trafficking include the habitual runaway youth. I refer to them as the missing at-risk youth to help alleviate the stigma of being called a runaway. These youth run from something. They run from some type of trauma. They run from some type of situation that they feel unsafe. And they go to an area where they do feel safe. Or there's an individual who's grooming that youth in the sex trafficking realm. Behavior changes such as truancy from school, or disciplinary issues, or other factors that may lead that youth to the situation of sex trafficking.
One of the most common misconceptions about human trafficking comes from a movie called Taken. Most people believe that human trafficking only happens when someone is taken from a faraway place and brought here, or vice versa for trafficking, that it only occurs in faraway places in third world countries. But as we know, human trafficking occurs right here in our community, and it does not require any form of transportation of the victim. A victim can be trafficked right in their own community. That's one of the most common misconceptions. Another misconception is that human trafficking victims are only victims of low socioeconomic backgrounds. We've seen victims from all kinds of backgrounds, all kinds of educational levels. Anyone can be a victim of human trafficking.
Some warning signs you may have encountered a potential victim of human trafficking include an individual who seems out of place, who's not a natural in that environment or doesn't seem to be a regular in that environment. The individual may have also not have access to important documents such as their driver's license or social security card or passport. Additionally, the victim has to go through somebody, whoever's controlling that individual, for any answers to questions that you may have, something very basic they're not allowed to answer for themselves. There's also the potential of housing instability, roaming from motel to motel with the same individuals. For juveniles, some of the indicators may include disciplinary issues within the home or within school, in addition to withdrawing from their normal group of acquaintances or friends, or encountering new friends or acquaintances. Additionally, grades may drop, or grades may fall, or they may not be involved in the same activities that they normally do engage in. To help law enforcement rescue potential victims of human trafficking, we need you to be as detailed as possible. First, what led you to believe that you encountered a potential victim of human trafficking? As far as any vehicles that are involved, make, model, color, year, vehicle registration, any distinguishing characteristics such as dents or stickers or any other marks that you feel will help distinguish one vehicle from another for the investigation. As far as the suspect, height, weight, race, eye color, hair color, build, again, scars, marks, tattoos, any distinguishing characteristics of that individual, including clothing. As far as the victim, same as a suspect, height, weight, race, sex, hair color, eye color, all these factors, including scars, marks, tattoos, and most importantly for human trafficking victims, any signs of injury or any sign of a potential force being used upon that person.
If you are a victim or believe you know a victim of human trafficking, here are some resources you can call for assistance. Again, this is a crime that can affect anyone, and with your help, we can work together to better combat human trafficking. Thank you.